3, 2, 1.
Please stand by for further details. We return you now to your regularly scheduled program.
Hello to those of you who are feeling called to this reading in particular, mystery reading number 1010, or if you know me well enough, mystery reading number 1010. If you are well, before we start this reading, my goodness. If you are a reoccurring viewer, you enjoy my work, and you would like to help support it, feel free to do so by sticking around and hitting that subscribe button down below and ringing the notification bell next to it if you feel called to. And if you do feel called to subscribe and stick around, welcome and thank you very much for your support as well as your presence during this reading. So, even though I kind of butchered my intro a little bit, feeling really, really, really good today. I'm so happy because last week was more challenging for me, so it's just nice to know that after a challenging week, the next week I feel great and I feel good. Perhaps that would be good for me to know for future reference whenever it gets harder to focus. Maybe there is something specific here that you're really, really, really trying to stay focused on. With me having to clear my throat like crazy in the beginning, maybe there's something really difficult, some fear or something else that's hard to let go, that holds you back or encourages you to hold back what you actually want to say or how you actually want to express yourself. It feels like someone or something within you or outside of you is making it harder for you to be more authentic and true to who you truly are. And, this reading could be here to encourage you to create positive change in a certain relationship or situation, or to walk away completely, whichever one allows you to respect the treatment and the space and the love that you deserve to have in your life, in many areas of your life. Maybe doing a throat chakra meditation or just doing something very intentional related to clearing your throat chakra or releasing whatever is keeping it easier for you to hold back. Maybe that's important for you to be very, very intentional and aware of how you are trying to use your voice, whether it's through words or art or whatever, actions. We can communicate and express ourselves in a lot of different ways. So you do what you feel called to do, or say what you feel called to say. I feel like I just got confirmation of letting go of someone or something, or just something that is unhealthy in a situation or a relationship, to give yourself what you deserve. Let's go ahead and get into interpreting number 1010, or 1010, as I said, if you know me well. For me, the number 1010 specifically, especially when it's on a clock, because that's where I interpret it first, I believe, that is a sign for me that my spirit guides are present. They're near, they're very much near, and I feel that they are very much near for you. Because in the previous reading, there was so much confirmation. There were lots of tens about the presence of someone's spirit guides, especially ancestors. Maybe someone here is struggling with some family relationship, something at home, something at work, anything to do with your sense of stability, your sense of security, your root chakra, I feel that that previous reading could potentially be meant for you. Only watch it if you do feel called to, but it's really hard to not see them connected. I also said in a reading, I believe within the last week, that this reading in particular could be significant for somebody 1010, probably because I saw it or mentioned it, or there were a lot of 10s in a different reading that was before the previous one. But, you know, somewhere within the last week or so. But the number 1, there are 2 ones in 1010, and this number is all about trusting yourself. What you think, what you feel, what you believe, what you want to do, what you choose to do, or what you choose to say. I feel like there is encouragement here for somebody to trust your own decisions or your own ability to make your own decisions. And I just saw the number 555 on the timer, which is about change and transformation. Maybe there are some changes or a personal transformation that you're going through, that you're being called to initiate in order to make it easier to make decisions that align with who you truly are. This is really, it feels like it's really about somebody taking ownership and control over their own mind, heart, and soul, so you can ultimately have control and take ownership of your own reality and your own life. Don't give your power away. Don't let the opinions of others make decisions for you about your own life. At the end of the day, you deal with the consequences of your own decisions, for better or for worse. So seriously, trust yourself. And you know best what makes you happy, what you're passionate about. Now, I see happiness, I define it in 2 different ways. Happiness to me, part of it is about having peace in your life within yourself, and the other part of it is expressing yourself and having a life that reflects how you express yourself, whether you do more art or you communicate and connect with a lot of people, or you sing, which has been a very significant and specific message for somebody, singing. Especially because in the previous reading I mentioned how before I started recording the video, I really felt the urge to sing, to express myself, and it reminded me of a previous reading, something about finding your voice or your song. Birds might be a significant spirit animal for you. The symbolism of a bird in a cage might be significant, and that bird being released from the cage. It feels like I'm getting this message about whenever the bird is in the cage, it doesn't want to sing because it feels trapped. It doesn't feel free. So what cage do you feel like you're trapped in? Wow, this is deep. What cage do you feel trapped in that makes you not want to sing? This is very symbolic or very literal, depending on who is watching. This is making me a little bit emotional because, I've been there, and sometimes I feel like I'm still there because the situation I'm in now is definitely not as bad as it used to be, but it's also definitely not exactly what I deserve. Somewhere in the middle. Not a happy medium, though, I'll tell you that. Anyways, yeah. Is this cage, this prison, is it a manifestation of the mental cage or prison that you keep your own thoughts, feelings, and beliefs and soul trapped in? There's a lot of talk here about feeling trapped and freedom, and I want you to know that there is always a way out. That, if you've seen my channel in the About section, it literally says, with all the glitchy effects or whatever, there's always a way out, because I truly believe that. But sometimes we don't see the way out because we're not willing to move forward despite the fear. We're not willing to tap into our own courage, our own strength, and we're just not willing to believe that good things can happen to us, and we can be strong. We can be that person who makes the hard decisions to do the right thing by themselves, for themselves. Maybe you're trying to teach yourself here how to be more independent, and I feel like your ancestors, if you see the number 444, or just the number 4 and an ad that I have coming up in a couple of weeks at the end of my video, pay attention. Your ancestors, I think they want you to be free as much as they wanted to be free, if they weren't already. But let's be real. I just looked down at the timer and saw number 44. Let's be real, though, with the kind of world we live in, I don't think a lot of people feel all that free. So I think it's very likely that your ancestors, all of our ancestors, as I say in readings sometimes, I am a strong, firm believer that everybody's ancestors from the other side, all of these spiritual beings working for the light, they are really, really coming through, trying to connect with us. And I feel like they have been doing it for hundreds of thousands, maybe even millions of years. I don't know how long humans have been around, but I just feel that it's been a very long time. I mean, I'm not really Christian, but Jesus was like 3,000 years ago. I don't know. I don't know. That's just what I believe, though. So, just know you're not in this alone, and trust that this fight is bigger than you, but also don't put the weight of the world on your shoulders. Just worry about yourself. Getting your own priorities straight, and making decisions that align with those priorities. Number 0, which again, there are 2 of them in 1010, is about a specific journey. And for this reading, I feel that this is about the journey about trusting yourself and believing in yourself. The journey to building a stronger, more stable, more secure, more supportive relationship, healthier, nurturing, and protective relationship with yourself. This is a journey about self-love. It really does feel like that. It could also be parallel to other journeys in your life. There could also be a journey that is ending and a new one that is beginning, some sort of transition that you are going through. You could also be in the thick of an ending right now. You could be in the very middle of this journey, or whatever the journey is, or you could have just started a brand new one. No matter where you are in this journey of self-love and whatever is parallel, trust that you are where you're meant to be for a reason. Now, that doesn't mean that you are where you deserve to be, but it is where you're meant to be. And if it isn't where you deserve to be, where you're meant to be, I believe is supposed to show you where you deserve to be. Everything, all the answers that you need already exist within you, which is exactly why it's so important to be on this journey of self-love, self-trust, and having faith in yourself, your own strength, your own decisions, your own inner compass, just who you are. You deserve to have faith and trust in who you are, the kind of person that you are. You deserve to have faith and trust in your own light, your own hope, your own optimism, your own goals. You deserve to see more light in your life, but for that to happen, it's very, very important that you see and create that light within you. I think we're going to go ahead and add up the numbers in 1010, which it'll only come down to the number 2, because 1 plus 1 is 2. Plus 2 zeros, it's still 2. And I'm very, very happy to know that this is what this adds up to. You probably just heard the notification go off on my phone. Perhaps you are going to be notified of something, or this reading is going to notify you of something, bring something to your attention. But I'm happy to hear that it adds up to the number 2. These readings, especially the previous one and this one, they're feeling very, very guided. But the number 2 is literally about choices and prioritizing what means the most for you. This is confirmation to get your priorities straight, love yourself, and make the decisions that reflect who you truly are. It can also be confirmation of a significant relationship or a situation that you are connected to that you need to face. You need to do something about it. You either need to fix the problems or walk away. And this could be more than one person or more than one situation. What else can this number be about? There's something else. And I'm not remembering it. I'm going to trust that I'm not remembering it for a reason. For you, this number is about, well, I just remembered actually. It's balance and peace. And I feel like that should be your focus right now. Finding balance and peace within yourself. Acceptance for the light and the dark, your shadow that exists within you. This feels like an opportunity to gain a much deeper and closer relationship with yourself in a way that really gives you more control over your own life and the outcomes and the experiences that you have. You have more control than it may seem like. You just have to understand that it all comes from within. You are in control of your own thoughts, your own perspectives, your own mindset. That's exactly. Maybe I'll start saying that more instead of saying you are in control of your own thoughts, you are in control of your own mindset. The way that you perceive yourself and what's possible. You are in control. I'm going to go ahead and move into the cards now. I'm just going to grab like a chunk of cards from this box here. And I'm going to pull out, how many should we do? Maybe 7 of them, I'm feeling like. Oops, just hit the tripod. Okay, let's go ahead and draw out the first card. What does the person or the people watching this video, what do they really need to see? What do they need to hear? What confirmations do they need? I swear the number 2, if you're seeing the number 222 or even the number 444, this reading is meant for you, I feel. This card says, well, first off, it has number 11 on it. Present happiness is just as important as long-term happiness. I want to start with the number 11. 1 plus 1 is 2. Just confirmation of what we've already talked about. Peace, balance, facing some difficult relationships or situations, and making choices that truly align with you and reflect what really does mean the most to you. The card itself, present happiness is just as important as long-term happiness. This feels like strong confirmation of the need for inner peace. There's a war, not a battle, a war. Probably consists of many different little battles, that makes sense, going on within you. And we got to find peace. We got to sign that treaty. You know, maybe there's some historical event that you relate to, maybe a specific war, maybe the military is important to you. For some reason, I'm feeling connected to the word militant. I'm not 100% what the difference is between military and militant, but it feels like there's someone significant here who is in a leadership position in the military of whatever country you're from. That could be confirmation that this reading is meant for you. It could also be confirmation of a past loved one who was in a leadership position in the military. I think I did say in the previous reading that there could be a past loved one trying to really connect with somebody. I personally learned that in my family line, which one is it? My great-grandfather, he was in the military. I didn't know that because after him, I don't think anybody else went into the military. That makes me even more curious. What? But, yeah. For somebody, there could be someone, past loved one, who was in the military trying to connect with you. Or just, the military is an important theme here. Let's go ahead and draw out the next card. I believe that if we want to settle these wars in our reality, we gotta address the wars going on within ourselves first. We can't be distracted with our own self-doubt, our own self-pity, just things that really don't serve us in the long run. Don't protect us in the way that we're wanting. The next card, wow, the confirmation is strong with this one. This one is the Nine of Swords. I need to find the courage to face my fears because I feel trapped. That, like I said, confirmation is strong with this one. I've already talked about having the courage to face a fear or many fears. Now, when I was talking about how this inner war going on within you being probably laced with like different little battles, I see that this is a war about gaining control over your own mind, and the little battles are the many different fears that take away your own power, your own self-control, and ultimately your own decisions. The only way to free yourself is to face the truth, to face these difficult relationships, these difficult situations, and it's okay to be scared. What is courage without fear? It is okay to be scared. For me, fear, I recently learned from somebody that people with ADHD, they have a lot of anxiety. And I didn't know at the time in high school that I had ADHD, or even middle school. I just know that I had really, really bad anxiety, and so in high school I decided to face it, to start doing something about it. Maybe you're somebody who is more younger. Don't necessarily recommend these readings for younger people, just because you're still developing and everything, but also I can understand if you're feeling lost or confused, or you're really struggling to find the way out, maybe of a toxic living situation. I mean, that feels the most relevant for a younger person, in my opinion. We gotta face the truth. And I'm being reminded, I think at the end I said no, that was the previous reading. I said that you deserve to have more truth in your life. The next card, we have the number 43. 4 plus 3 is the number 7. The number 7 is also on the Chariot card. And the Chariot in tarot is literally about you being in the driver's seat, you being in control, and not your mind, not your fears. Oh, what I was trying to say, something that I learned on my own journey with having a better relationship with fear and the unknown, is just letting myself be okay. Letting myself be afraid. Telling myself it's okay that I'm scared. That doesn't mean that I'm unsafe or that the worst possible outcome is going to happen. I might just be a little bit triggered and traumatized, or, it's just something new that I've never done before. Over time, I believe that exposure is a good way to overcome fear, but you don't have to dive into it. Go at your own pace, take baby steps if you need to. All it matters is that you're moving in the right direction and you are finding a balance between being firm with yourself and being patient and being kind. This card, first off, the number 7 is about wisdom, finding deeper meaning, expanding your awareness and your consciousness. Now, as somebody who has a lot of fear, You have so much potential to learn so much about yourself, about the world. That intelligence, it already exists. But when you overcome your own fears, whew, you will see how smart you actually are, okay? Trust me. Okay, so this card says, no matter how much you try to help, there's nothing you can do. This card is about letting go of a situation or a person that can't be changed. It's very clear here that there is a person or situation in your life that is reinforcing the fear within you. A negative self-image that just doesn't align with your goals, who you want to be. And honestly, what you believe is right. It doesn't align with your morals. This is confirmation that it's time to walk away. Because these problems, the cards are saying they can't be fixed. The next card is is this the Six of Wands? I love that. One second. I hate Roman numerals. I always get so confused with them. I'm pretty sure that this is the Six of Wands in reverse. I want to be happy, but I'm worried about others' opinions. This is where the feeling of being trapped, at least a lot of it, is coming from. Are you afraid of what people think? This is something that I'm really, really starting to let go and heal from on a very deep level. Growing up, I've always been a very independent person, but I internalized a lot of judgments that people had about me. Maybe you resonate with doing the same thing. And I encourage you to let go of what other people think of you. If they want to doubt you, let them doubt you. If they don't trust you, let them treat you like you're untrustworthy. You know you better than anyone else. And of course, you gotta balance that with sometimes people do know you better than you do. And it's always good to hear criticism and other people's opinions about you. But for this reading, it really feels like when it comes to overcoming your fears, the answer is to trust yourself. The number 6 is about self-love. It's a choice. Choices have been very significant in this reading. The number 6 is about a choice between self-love and self-destruction. And I feel like if you don't walk away from someone or something, it's just going to hurt more the longer that you hold on. It's going to be more destructive. And it might, at the end of the day, you might end up, someone or the situation might end up falling away or walking away anyway. You don't deserve to deal with that kind of hurt and that kind of disappointment. You deserve to deal with the disappointment now before it gets worse and harder to overcome. You don't deserve to feel disappointment at all. But let's be real, you know. There's something else I wanted to say, but I can't remember what it was. Let's go ahead and get this card that fell on the floor. Okay, I did see this card flash to me. It is the number 1. New initiatives. What I say about trusting yourself. Yeah, number 1, that's what that is all about. And I feel really called to say believe in yourself as well. But go at your own pace. All you need is to trust and believe that you will get to where you want to be. But stay present. Focus on the problems, the fears, the setbacks of today. And then, over time, you'll work your way through the other fears and problems and setbacks. But don't overwhelm yourself with all of the work that there is to do, with how long it's all going to take. Well, first off, healing is a lifelong journey. But maybe there's a specific goal or outcome or just certain position that you want to be in life. Maybe at work. It's going to take time. And that's why it's so important to practice self-love. And stop judging yourself so much just because other people judge you. New initiatives is telling me that it's important for you to initiate new relationships or new situations through your decisions that reflect who you are. Just getting this strong feeling, take initiative. Maybe there's a job here where you're going to have to take more initiative. And this, practicing this at home could be really helpful for doing it at work. or vice versa, Talk about transferable skills. I've been applying for way too many jobs. But this card also says chaotic movement, want, curiosity and focus, excited and happy. You deserve to be so excited and happy and curious and focused on the new beginnings, new relationships, the new job, the new house, the new whatever comes after letting go of the old. These heavy and toxic relationships and situations that just don't care as much as you do. Sixth card, interesting position, is the Nine of Pentacles. I love this. My dreams came true and I need to set myself up for sustained success. I didn't talk about the number 9. That number is about purpose and helping the world release what no longer works. Just saw the number 111, trust yourself, the last reading, 1009. The number 9 here is encouraging you to find this sense of purpose in your own experiences, your own thoughts, feelings, and beliefs, and who you are. Or to trust a sense of purpose that you already feel. And trust not only that whatever is lost will be replaced, that comes with the message of the number 8 that I'm being reminded of for some reason, but to also trust that you are making a real difference. When you make a real difference in your own life, other people feel it. Other people get inspired and they become affected by it. We always have an impact, an influence, because of how connected we all are. And we get to decide if this influence is going to be positive and loving through, loving ourselves, or negative and hateful through hating ourselves. So, you want to spread more light, or do you want to spread more dark in this world? You want to spread more awareness, or stay comfortable in the ignorance? Sometimes ignorance is not bliss. I do think it's very much possible that your dreams, you will be in this position. My dreams came true, and I need to set myself up for sustained success. The 10 of Pentacles is possible for you. Long-term stability, financially, feeling safe and secure at home, in your own city, your own country. It's possible for you, but only if you take ownership and control over your own inner world, thoughts, feelings, beliefs, and outer world, your decisions and how they impact your reality and your relationships. You can make your dreams come true because you are in control. This is so important. It almost feels like it's something that some spirit guides are trying to nail into your head, or whatever that phrase is. I'm not sure. I just saw the number 321, which is a sign to trust that everything happens for a reason. I'm wanting to say your ancestors, but your spirit guides in general, they're trying to nail this into your head for a reason, because it's true. They're trying to get you to see that you need to change your mindset and be more willing to change your perspective. Or it's going to be, I wanted to say it's going to be the death of you, but I'm not trying to make that kind of prediction, really. And seriously, take that with a grain of salt. But it can also be the death of your own soul. The death of your dreams. It can be more symbolic. Seriously. I mean, it could be a real warning for somebody to take your decisions more seriously, or they will not. It's not safe. We'll say that. But only trust that if you really do. The last card that I have for you is the Ace of Swords. The Ace, before I read the card itself, is all about ideas, having an epiphany or a realization. It's all about your mind. Literally, your mind. I feel like it's there's an important realization or awakening, a spiritual or practical realization that you need to have through this journey of self-love and trusting yourself and believing in yourself and really connecting with your intuition and your own inner voice and inner compass and taking control of your own decisions. It says, consider what you truly want and make realistic plans. Focus on what you want to maintain motivation. This kind of sums up everything that I've already been talking about, it feels like. What do you want? Be realistic. Be patient with yourself in the process. And have trust and faith in the outcome that you want. Move like that outcome is already yours. And when you're struggling to find the motivation, you're struggling to get inspired, remember your why. This sense of purpose. Why are you doing this? Why did you start it in the first place? I said this to a friend recently, that our mind operates on logic. Very much so. Because if you don't believe in something, you don't trust something, why would you go after it or invest in it? You wouldn't follow what makes you feel unsafe or negative. So I think it's important to have a mindset that does make you feel safe and secure and positive by having hope and trust and faith, not only in yourself, but what is possible, what you want. There's something else that I wanted to say. Let me think for a second to see if it'll come back. I can't remember what I wanted to say, so I'm going to trust that I'm not supposed to say it for a reason. Unless I somehow remember it while I'm about to do this little bit of a summary to wrap up this reading. I actually found out that this reading is like 35 minutes long so far, plus 2 minutes, probably going to be like almost a 40-minute video or so, 45 minutes. By the time I edit it, it's the longest video I've done in a really, really long time. But it makes sense with it being a video with the number 1010 or 1010. Sounds like the spirit realm, people's spirit guides, their ancestors, really had a lot to say in this reading for whoever feels drawn and connected and inspired by it. It's so, so, so important to be patient with yourself, especially when it comes to trusting yourself, believing in yourself, and overcoming your fears. You might have to, you likely actually will have to expose yourself to what scares you more than once. That's why you take it one at a time. One overcoming experience at a time. Like this first card says, as I'm about to do the summary, present happiness is just as important as long-term happiness. It's so important to be patient. I cannot say that enough. It takes time to change your mindset, especially if, really depends how deeply ingrained the mindset that you have now is. If it's something that you've carried from childhood, please be patient with yourself. You do need to find the courage to face your fears so you can feel free. It's important that you let go of people, places, and things that are unwilling to change and are willing to flow and move through change, even if it's uncomfortable, with you. You deserve to have somebody to ride through the discomfort, the fear, with you. Let go of what people think. It takes time. Like I said, it takes time to change your mindset, but all that matters is that you stay committed. That is all that matters. And if you stay committed, the outcome that you want, it's there. It's coming. You just can't give up. You can't lose faith, and you can't stop trusting yourself. I feel like some part of you knows what you want is possible, but for some reason, Maybe it's other people's opinions. They just get into your head, and you gotta learn how to protect yourself from that. And you can and you will if you choose to. Remember, take control over your choices. Take some initiative in your life, in your relationships. Don't be afraid to stand out and be loud and be bold. I've been like that my whole life, so maybe I'm a little bit biased, but I really feel like it's fear that makes you afraid to be loud and to stand out. I don't know. I haven't always been like that. On the inside, in the right environment, I've been like that, but maybe just like me, it's important for you to learn how to be loud and proud in a situation, in a room around people that don't agree with you. You really can make yourself stronger than you already are. Your dreams can come true. You can set yourself up for sustained success. That's exactly what this is teaching you to do. Learning to be patient and committed, having courage and having faith, teaching you how to set yourself up for sustained success by having the right mindset for it. Lastly, consider what you truly want and make realistic plans. Focus on what you want to maintain motivation.